Hi everybody, my name is Jose Aguilar. I'm the superintendent from Ameritex, and I will go with all of you and I will explain you a little bit what we're doing over here. Everything is started on this area, so I have a group of 2 guys that is dedicated to unload the materials. So once we receive a PO and our engineer department specify the materials, on a week we should bring the material, and these guys with the 4 living cranes, we unload the trucks to separate the material by job and then move it to the next station, which is the laser. So after we cut the material on the laser, we have 2, sometimes 3 guys doing the separation of the components. Engineering is going to cut the materials on the way, then when they peel the parts from the sheet, it's already on a certain way in a sequence, then we'll maximize our productivity on the other side. So this is not cut randomly. So they put a lot of parts that is need for a specific weldment. That's another thing, is like a lot of the times that we succeed on a project is because engineers put a lot of effort and time to think how we can do the things faster. Again, it's not just about like doing the program and cut the parts. No, we have to do the programs and segregate the parts on the way, then we can maximize efficiency. And I will show you a little bit more on the brake press. So once they peel the materials, if you can see on this pallet, it's the same type of thickness. So that will help me to have a dedicated welder that can weld this type of thickness. And the same thing on the brake press, the dials that we have to use, and probably the programs are corresponding to the pallet. So all this pallet can be run on this machine, right? And the idea to segregate the materials is to have all this pallet dedicated to one person, to have this other car dedicated to the next station. So in this way we can ensure that we move the product faster. All companies, where they have a good operator, and they probably have to do 300 pieces, different sizes, different shapes. That will reduce a lot of the time because you have to make changes over and over. And not just that, like for example, probably the person that is there needs to be a master. We have masters on the areas, but we maximize utilization, meaning that we don't have to change our tooling really often. Every pallet is segregated by weldment. So I have a lot of weldments right now segregating on every pallet. That's what the other guys make on their area. They separate everything by weldments. All this area is dedicated to bending parts. As you can see right now, because the part is big, we use 2 guys, but normally we use 1 person. We do carbon, aluminum, and stainless steel. And it's really precise. So if you can see, we have the screens, and the screen have the 3D model, and it's showing the operator the sequence and he must follow to bend it correctly. Our machines are auto, and also when you change the program, we have 2 arms and it's coming behind and it's taking the right tooling. If you can see right now, actually the machine is moving the fingers to stop the part to go in far than is need. That would ensure that the bend is in the right place. Part of the process from these guys is to double check the parts to make sure it's at 90 degrees on the bend, or depending the weldment. And if you can see again the screen, he's checking the next operations, making adjustments just to make sure it is a perfect 90. This way we don't have gaps, we don't have issues on welding. Those machines working together with the lasers are really precise. And again, like if you have a perfect part, you won't have issues fitting. You reduce your time on welding because you don't have to fill gaps. You avoid distortion because you don't have gaps. That's pretty cool machine that we have on Conroe, Texas. We receive a big job, which require a lot of attention from us. So as you can see right now, we have material that needs segregated by side. Every enclosure contains right now 7 sections. All these squares are dedicated only for one section. This will help us to maintain connected with a machine shop. So when the square is open, the other side of the shop know then they need to backfill the material. That will ensure that my line don't stop. As you can see on this side, we have 3 dedicated welders that take the parts from that area and start making the frames. It's pretty cool that these 3 guys can fabricate these walls on 8 hours. So after the 8 hours, all these sections are completed and ready for the welders to start doing their job. On the second station, 2 dedicated welders. The job from these guys are only weld the parts and ensure that everything is well per the drawing and clean and ready for the station number 3. The same thing is like keeping the welder doing the same activity over and over. That will give you as a result less imperfections, and you increase in the productivity because they start using jigs and they start coming better and better on welding on that particular position. Okay, so after this station, we have a station 3, which is right next to it. 2 guys receive all the walls already welded and clean, and they have to use a main jig to put the walls together. As you can see inside, it's a metal frame that contains the walls that will support activity to keep the frame square. So that's another thing, is like if you don't have the jig, you probably need another 2 or 3 welders to help you. And again, those 3 stations mold the product every 8 hours, which is cool. So once they finish with the job, we use the cranes, we pick it up, we put it on the floor, and a second party inspector will come in and make sure that everything is on tolerance, everything is clean, and we start, then we will be ready to start the installation of the walls. After we mold the frame from welding, 3 guys will receive the frame and start doing the installation of all the interior walls. Everything is handled by hand. On this particular part, we need a lot of skills to make sure we don't make damage on the interior walls. The job is a little bit tedious because required to put a double-sided tape, rivets. You have to clean the material a lot to make sure you don't have any contamination before you start doing the installation of the walls. All these 3 guys are masters on what they're doing. And after this, we send it outside for foam. I have one unit already with foam. And this guy, you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, part of the process is to make the installation of this foam. This normally takes 4 to 5 hours. Once the foam is complete, we have to shave all the exit and clean it and install the double-sided tape. As you can see, I have a guy right now doing the installation of the exterior walls. And again, all this is by hand. And you can use more than one person. Right now, as you can see, we start with one corner, then we go all the way around. After the installation of this, we have another set of guys, welders, doing walls that we have to install on each side. Every step still the same, 8 hours by enclosure, Once it's complete, we send it to paint. The part comes off to paint like this, and we do the final assembly. Larry. Okay, so I need 1 second of you. Okay, so, and this is station, can you please explain what is the process?
Okay, so this is after paint, and this is going to be a final assembly station, and so they're going to be putting in the all the door rods, all the hold open devices, the gasket, and they're going to be coming in and putting in these the louver panels in the back and the access plates. Everything gets gasketed in between, hardware, through bolt, make sure everything clears and works correctly, so when it gets to the customer, that they can take it off, they can put it on.
Okay. So just quick question. So how many people do you have working right now?
Looks like I got 4. This is a 4 to 5 man station, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're using 4 people right now. So once this gets done, it gets dropped over on this skid over here after they gasket it. And then they just bolt the unit up to the skid, and it's on a shipping skid right now. And once QC clears it, this thing's ready to go.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we skipped one thing, but he already mentioned about the skid. So we have the skid over there, which is made on this station. So I have 2 welders that can make 1 skid every other day. So as you can see, everything is on a production line. So something great for Ameritex is that we can produce everything that the customer wants on minutes, hours, 2 days. So this particular product is taking 1 day. Once we fill the line, we can produce 1 complete unit every 8 hours. So that's a good thing for Ameritex. We just don't make enclosures, so we make handrails. So right now I have a baby line doing handrails. So I have 2 men working on it, and I can make 1 handrail every 45 minutes. Right now, this baby line was dedicated only 2 guys, so we can cut the labor down to maybe 15 minutes at stations, but I will have to add 2 or 3 guys more, and that will guarantee that I can make 1 handrail every 15 minutes. Everything that we're doing here on Ameritex is treated on the same way. So the enclosure is a little bigger, we cannot put it on the line, but a lot of small components, we can paint more than probably like 20 medium-sized pieces every 45 minutes. We have 2 dedicated lines. So one is the main one and the little one on the left. I have another job right now. It's another type of enclosure that our weekend shift did last Sunday. As you can see, just in one load, they put everything, so it's 4 stage, and after the last station, the parts come in. So we have a person that is taking all the protections from the treads, just to make sure there's no paint inside. So the next step after coming out of the paint shop is going to be assembly as well. So when we receive this part, we section the job by stations, either 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. All depends how much is our customer demand. If our customer demand required to have like 20 pieces a day, probably we will have to make a line of 13, 15 minutes. We do powder, so this is a powder process. It's really nice and clean, so you don't have as much defects that you can have with wet paint. And the cool thing is, like, it's inside, so you don't have to be under the mercy from the weather. So we can paint 24/7 on this facility. So this is Victor, is our manager, a sales manager. What do you think is something that they should know about Ameritex?
Well, since I've been here, we've evolved from a smaller shop, obviously, to the shop we are now. Being able to run on lines like we're doing now has had a lot to do with our growth. We've had a lot of people, learn from Dr. Michael Sanders and his team, and we're still learning every day. So this helped us, become a wider ability to be able to do aluminum, stainless, carbon, on and so on beyond. So for growth, I think it's been great for us. Not only that, but equipment-wise, well, for new equipment we've added over the last, couple of years, 2 or 3 years. But obviously running parts online has been one of the biggest improvements for sure over the last 4 years. So.
All right, thank you, Victor. So as you guys can see, this is our workflow on Ameritex. 90% of the products that we process on this facility, it will follow the same concept. We make a line, we section the job per stations, and depending on our customer demand, that will be the time from each product. If you guys have questions, you can reach to Ameritex.com, or you can find us on any social media, and we will be more than happy to help you with any project you may have in the future. Thank you, guys.